racked by fever, their bodies covered in painful black boils. Death, when it comes, is a merciful release. That claims millions. Entire families are wiped out, leaving homes to fall silent, their hearths growing cold. By the time the Black Death retreats, it leaves a continent reeling, its population decimated, its social fabric torn asunder. From the shadows of plague, we emerge into the firelight of another terrifying era, the Spanish Inquisition. Picture a time when religious fervor grips a nation, when whispers of heresy can seal your fate. The year is 1478, and under the banner of religious purity, King Ferdinand II and Queen Isabella I of Spain unleash a terrifying force, the Spanish Inquisition, their goal to eradicate heresy and solidify Catholicism's grip on Spain. Suspects, often accused based on flimsy evidence or malicious rumors, face horrific tortures: the rack, the strappado, the water cure. For those found guilty, a grim fate awaits. The auto de fe, a public spectacle of punishment where the condemned are burned at the stake. The Spanish Inquisition casts a long shadow, instilling fear not only within Spain but throughout Europe. We shift now to the 20th century, a century marked by advancements in science and technology, but also by unparalleled human conflict. The world watches in disbelief as newsreels flicker to life, showcasing a new kind of horror: the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It is August 1945. World War II, a conflict that has already consumed millions of lives, is nearing its end. On August 6th, an American B-29 bomber, the Enola Gay, drops a single bomb over the Japanese city of Hiroshima. The world changes in an instant. The blinding flash, the deafening roar, the mushroom cloud billowing skyward, these are the harbingers of the atomic age. Hiroshima, once a bustling city, is reduced to rubble and ash in the blink of an eye. Thousands perish instantly, vaporized by the unimaginable heat. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki serve as a stark and terrifying reminder of the destructive power we hold within our grasp. From the ashes of war, we turn our attention to a different kind of devastation, a famine so vast, so horrific, that it defies comprehension. This is the Great Chinese Famine, a man-made catastrophe that will claim the lives of tens of millions. The year is 1959. China, under the leadership of Mao Zedong, embarks on an ambitious plan, the Great Leap Forward, a utopian vision of rapid industrialization and agricultural collectivization. Forced collectivization disrupts traditional farming practices, leading to disastrous harvests. Government quotas set unrealistically high force farmers to surrender even their meager reserves. The result is a famine of unimaginable proportions. People are reduced to eating grass, bark, even dirt, desperate to stave off the gnawing pangs of starvation. The Great Chinese Famine stands as a chilling testament to the devastating consequences of government mismanagement and ideological rigidity. In the heart of Africa, a nation descends into madness. This is Rwanda, and the year is 1994. What begins as simmering ethnic tensions between the Hutu and Tutsi populations explodes into a frenzy of violence that will shock the world. In just 100 days, an estimated 800,000 people, mostly Tutsis, are brutally murdered in a genocidal rampage orchestrated by Hutu extremists. Fueled by hatred and propaganda, neighbors turn on neighbors, friends turn on friends. Machetes, clubs, and guns become the tools of a genocide that spares no one. Men, women, and children are all mercilessly slaughtered. The Rwandan genocide stands as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of ethnic hatred and the failure of the international community to act decisively. We come now to one of the darkest chapters in human history, a chapter so horrific, so utterly devoid of humanity, that it defies comprehension. This is the Holocaust, the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews by Nazi Germany during World War II. Driven by a twisted ideology of racial purity and fueled by anti-Semitism, the Nazis embark on a campaign of genocide, targeting not only Jews but also Roma, homosexuals, the disabled, and anyone deemed unfit for their so-called master race. The names of these camps: Auschwitz, Treblinka, Sobibor have become synonymous with horror, their gates marking the entrance to a living hell. The Holocaust stands as a chilling reminder of the depths of human depravity and the dangers of unchecked hatred. From the horrors of the Holocaust, we journey to 19th century Ireland, a land gripped by famine, a famine that will decimate a nation and leave scars that linger to this day. The year is 1845. Ireland, a nation heavily reliant on the potato as its staple crop, faces a catastrophe, potato blight. A disease that rots the potato in the ground sweeps across the island. Field after field of once promising crops turns black and putrid, leaving the Irish people facing starvation. The British government, then ruling Ireland, responds with a mixture of indifference and incompetence. Relief efforts are slow and inadequate, and the export of other Irish crops to England continues, even as the Irish people starve. Families are torn apart as people flee the countryside in search of food or passage to America, often on overcrowded, disease-ridden ships known as coffin ships. The Irish potato consequences of agricultural dependence and government inaction. Southeast Asia to the killing fields of Cambodia, where a brutal regime will unleash a reign of terror upon its own people. This is the era of the Khmer Rouge, a communist party led by the ruthless dictator Pol Pot. The year is 1975. Cambodia, ravaged by years of civil war, falls to the Khmer Rouge. Their vision, a radical transformation of Cambodian society into an agrarian utopia. Cities are forcibly evacuated, their inhabitants driven into the countryside to work as slave laborers on collective farms. Intellectuals, professionals, anyone deemed an enemy of the revolution is targeted for elimination. Prisons, such as the infamous Tool Sleng, become torture chambers, where prisoners interrogated, tortured and executed. The killing fields, mass graves scattered across the Cambodian countryside, bear silent witness to the horrors inflicted upon the Cambodian people. The Khmer Rouge regime stands as a chilling reminder of the dangers of ideological extremism and the human capacity for imaginable cruelty. A tragedy unfolds, a forced migration that will become a symbol of injustice and displacement. This is the Trail of Tears, the forced relocation of Native Americans from their